I want to unveil some general life hacks too. We'll just tack this on the end. I'll
Okay.
share something that this was suggested to me a while back, and I think it's like one of my most favorite simple things that I've ever done in my life that already has a huge impact. And that is, I saw on Instagram, it was like successful lady. I think it was like this successful CEO does this, and it's changed their life or something like that.
Okay.
And what it is you take all of your apps on your phone. You know how some apps you put into categories so that you just don't have a littered random desktop on your phone. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So the suggestion, this is the life hack to all of you, is name those categories affirmations. And I'll give you an example. So I have a folder that has my calendars, my scheduling, Google Drive, and my clock in there. That group is called I Am Organized. Then I have one that's all my health apps, like my running app, calorie counter type thing, Fitbit, also meditation app. That one is I Am Healthy. And the cool thing about it is every time I use those apps, I see I Am Healthy on my phone and I click it. And then when it brings the menu up, the title on the menu is I Am
I am
Healthy.
healthy.
So I see all that. So I'm like saying it and doing it twice. I've got one that's got like my creator tools, Canva, InShot, a voice recorder, Anchor for the podcast, YouTube Studio, like video editors and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. That's I'm Creative. All my banking apps, my investment apps, PayPal, Stripe, Google Business, banking, credit card, all that stuff is I Am Wealthy,
Nice.
so that every time I'm clicking and dealing with that stuff, I'm reminding myself that I'm infinitely abundant and that uh, source connects to everything, and that so do I. Also, I got an app or a folder that has all my learning apps. So Growth Day, Kajabi, which is a bunch of online courses and coaching that I subscribe to. Audible for audiobooks, Spotify, which I usually listen to podcasts. That is I Am Growing.
Mm.
So it's like, ooh, I want to grow today. I'm going to listen to a book on Audible. I'm going to listen to a successful podcast. And then I've got one that's my Google Maps, my parking apps, my CAA roadside, my weather, and my Uber. That one is I Am Exploring. That's me going all over the world. Um, I've got I right now I have my email in a separate folder, but that one is I Am Connected,
Mm-hmm.
which could also that could double for social media, but I got all my social media in one that's just I'm social.
I'm social. Nice.
I'm social. That could be other things too. That could be I am serving, or I am distributing, or I am sharing. That probably
Yeah.
I'm sharing. I'm
Yeah, I'm
sharing is
sharing.
good. But that's my life hack of the week. So go through your phone apps. Also, a good general check is I think Gary Vee said this one time. He was like, he can tell if you give him your phone, he can tell who you are by the apps on your home screen, which is pretty true. So if all your apps are consumption based and spending money, or just all like I don't want to say garbage time, but like what would the word be, escapism, I guess, um, then you'll get a snapshot of what that person's priorities are versus someone who's got some learning apps and some creating apps and some a meditation app and all that kind of stuff. So be mindful of all the apps and all the things. Like, this is, people like to complain about technology, but technology is fucking amazing. We all have all of the world's history, and we literally have all of the world's information in our hands, and yet somehow we figured out a way to fuck that up because we're human. But you can take some control back, and I know a lot of the apps are designed to suck people in, and they're designed to give you habits and attract you to things that pull you in, like fear and negativity. But you got to take some control over that. So I think being mindful and then seeing this as tools, like
Mm-hmm.
this is like if you were an alien and you were dropped here and this was a foreign planet and you were just dropped here with nothing versus dropped here with this. It's like, this is fucking incredible. You can speak to everyone in every different language through a translator app. You can go exactly where you want with Google Drive. You can read a book about every brilliant person on earth about every topic. You can learn all their expertise in a weekend. You subscribe to masterclass and just know how to do everything like a world-class person. You ever think about that? You used to have to just know people. Like, for you to get a master class from a chef, you had to know a chef who was a master chef offering a class in your geographic location that you could attend based on your schedule,
Or somehow get a job with them.
or somehow get a job. Now it's like literally like every successful person at anything in the world has something available on here that you can just tap into, and you didn't have to, like, you're like, oh, he's my uncle, that's how I got my in. It's like everyone's connected. It's a global community. It's actually amazing. I think about that with podcast people that I subscribe to, like School of Greatness or Gary Vee or Jay Shetty. It's like or James Wedmore. It's like I feel like I know those guys. Like, I've spent more time with them than some family members and friends, as far as like learning and digesting and learning about their lives and hearing their coaching and training. And it's like, pre-podcast and pre-internet, none of that would exist. Anybody who argues that we're not living the greatest time ever is like, go back to the Middle Ages and see how much you liked it. Go back to the Renaissance time when you died when you were 35 with a tooth infection.
I'll give you a hint. It smelled like shit.
Right. Yeah. Everything just smelled like shit everywhere.